What's up, guys? Boogie back again. Welcome back to the channel. So, guys, I have a very great compilation of videos we're going to be going through, guys. Dating is crazy. Dating, I mean, just even looking at the first video, man, it just makes you lose hope. So, this lady has been married for 14 years, and apparently, her husband is not speaking to her on the day of their anniversary, right? But she's going to say her side of the story. But the issue is, we never get to hear the man's side of the story. So she's coming to TikTok, and ladies are doing this so many times, so often these days. Anytime they have an issue in a relationship, dating, marriage, they run to TikTok to say bad things about the man, but the man is never there to tell his side of the story. So, which paints the man as always the bad guy. But without further ado, let's go.
Hello. Today is April 4th, my 14th wedding anniversary. It's about nearly 10:30 at night, and my husband hasn't spoken to me all day. All day. He's come home, hasn't said hello to me, hasn't said a word to me. He's ignored me. On our 14th wedding anniversary.
And it's always the fake crocodile tears. All right. They never say where the whole issue started. They only talk about when something they don't like happens and they run to TikTok. Like, it's not fair. Bring your husband right next to you. Tell your side of the story. Let him tell his side of the story. And then we can, analyze and, be the judges. But look at this. She has 147,000 people who like this. Obviously, women. But it's like they never hear the guy's side of the story, but they still take her side.
And he's doing it because he came into some money. I didn't ask for any of it, except to not have to spend what little I have. And because I asked about it, this man has ignored me all day.
How did you ask about the money? I find it very hard to believe that a man who was dealt with you for 14 years just woke up for no reason because you asked him for some money and then he stopped talking to you. Like, only a fool would believe such a thing. Like, I need evidence. I need to know the whole story from where it started. But you coming here trying to, she's faking the tears. The tears are not coming. They're not coming. So, because she knows most people are going to be on her side. Most women are going to be on her side without even knowing the guy's side of the story.
All day. All day. It's our 14th wedding anniversary. I've been here at home all day. I called him even earlier today to let him know about the painters arriving. And even then, his response to me was, "What?"
The fake tears, man.
This is my life.
Yeah, this is your life. Looking for sympathy on the internet. This is crazy. I'm waiting for her to tell us exactly why he stopped talking to her. Like, the whole story.
This is my life.
Looking for sympathy.
This is what has always been between us for 14 years.
Yeah, but we need to know his side of the story. We can't just take your word for it. Most guys don't pick up their phones, cry in the camera, and then post it to TikTok, to the internet, to get sympathy. They don't. Most men suffer in silence. You are saying this has been your life for 14 years. God, only God knows what you've been putting that man through for the last 14 years. For him to wake up one morning and stop talking to you, that sounds very suspect. But anyway, that's the first video. What do you guys think about that? All right, next up, we have our recent favorite of the show, Ashley. She's the one who gives game to the ladies to get sugar daddies, to get rich men. So women come to her to find out how to get rich men, how to deal with rich men, how to date, how to present themselves, how to talk to rich men. Basically, all the women who come to our show are really looking for a rich man to give them a very luxurious lifestyle. So we have this lady, African lady. So for you passport bros who, think you can go outside of America to find traditional women, this could be you. But without further ado, let's go.
I need some advice when it comes to marriage. So I'm married. Sorry about my English because I'm from Africa. But I've been married. It's been 3 years now, and we have 3 kids together.
Wow.
In
Three
the
kids
beginning,
within the 3 years?
yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. Listen, okay. Get the
Nah,
facts.
nah, we got married after the first one. So
Okay.
then we had the two ones in the marriage, being in the marriage. And our relationship didn't start in a good terms. He had a lot of problems in the beginning when it comes to my family because, like I said, I'm from Africa, so I meet him here. He came here to work. He's from US, and he was working. And so my family didn't welcome him in a good way. So our relationship it wasn't that good, and he had times that we wasn't together, right? And we just got back together after the first baby. Like I said, we got more close, and that's when we decide to get back to a relationship, and then eventually get married. And because of all of these problems in the beginning, now I just feel like it's too much on us. I feel like when it comes to certain things, the respect is not there, especially for in my side, right? Because nobody's perfect, but he is a really good man. He's really good man, and I just can't get over certain things that happened in the past. And I keep remembering about all of these things. Little things trigger me and makes me like.
But let me ask you, my lovely, if he's a really good man, why has so much happened that you can't get over? It sounds like there has been a lot that he's done. He's really good, but there's a but, is what I'm saying.
Yes, he did a lot. I did a lot. It was too much in the beginning from both sides. But then when we commit, like when we got to a serious relationship together after the baby, and then we got married, like things were really good. Everything is perfect from
So
his
what's the
side.
issue?
Everything is really good. But it just, I feel like it's a kind of a trauma that I have because I can't get over things, and I just stay in the past.
And this is where most men are giving up on marriage and dating. It's like even being a good man, it's not enough. So men are confused. They're like, okay, what can I do? You asked, you wanted me to be a good man. You said you treasure good men. So I married you. I provide for you. I care for you. And you're saying it's not enough. You're stuck on the past because of some trauma. So what am I supposed to do? Be your therapist? So why would a man watch such a video and be like, you know what? I can't wait to get married. I can't wait to get into a situation like this. And it's after 3 kids. And this is passport bro going through this. So for all you guys thinking, oh, you're gonna leave the US and find a traditional woman, she's in Africa and she's saying she's tired of being married to a good man because of trauma.
So he hasn't done anything since the first year of you guys being together, is what you're telling me. Things have been going good, but you're still in your head about it since 3 years ago.
Yes, and everything bad that happens from that time until now, it's all because of me. I'm impatient, like how you say, angry?
Angry, okay, angry, impatient.
Yes.
What else are you feeling? What else are you feeling?
I just scream all the time about things. I don't want to deal with problems at all. Whenever I see a problem, I tend to run away. I want a closure. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to pass from that. I want to leave that like in silence and not discuss about it.
So sounds like she needs therapy, like seriously, because she's gonna divorce him at the end of the day, and then she's gonna blame him. I mean, I'll give her credit for taking accountability that hey, listen, he's a good man, but I'm the issue. But the problem is, it doesn't seem like she's working on the issue. So whatever else, it's like he's a good man right now, but she's waiting for any trigger, any reason to divorce him anytime something goes wrong and she doesn't like it. Because he's not perfect. No one is perfect. So she will use that excuse to divorce him and blame him.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys are not communicating about the issue, and like the chat said, you need to go to a therapist or a marriage counselor, which I do agree, because you have to sit down and talk about the hard stuff, you and him. What's bothering him? What's bothering you? And y'all need to then come to a decision. Are we going to just let the past stuff go and do this together, be a family, move forward, not think about the past? Or do we have to part ways? So that's a conversation y'all have to have with a therapist, a family counselor.
So we did a couples therapy last year. In the end of the year, I was pregnant of my last baby. So the hormones and everything, I was very more everything that I feel it was very more out, right? So we did therapy for like 3 months, and it worked well in that time, right? But it's just that I don't know. It just everything comes back again, and the therapist even advised me to do like a single therapy for me, only for me, because have certain.
Yeah, I was about to say, it doesn't sound like the husband needs therapy. She needs therapy. Because so many times married women like have issues, but then they drag their husbands to the therapist. And then usually so many, at least according to what men say, the therapists usually take the woman's side. They can't hold her accountable. So she keeps doing the same things. She needs to find a good therapist who can hold her accountable and give her a game plan of how to sort those issues. Because let's be honest, therapists want to make money. So the more you come, the more money they make. So most of them don't give you a game plan on how to become a better person so you can stop going to see them, right? So she needs her own therapist and a therapist who can hold her accountable. Otherwise, she's going to end a good relationship. And then years later, she'll realize she lost a good man. She said he's a good man.
Certain traumas that I have to get over, certain traumas that it happened in my past and it happened also in this relationship in the beginning of the relationship. And I tried that too, but I just feel like sometimes I really want to give up on everything because I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to pass from anything, from all of these things. I need something new, something fresh.
But my question is you're telling me, you're saying Ashley, he hasn't done anything wrong since the first year of our marriage, right? So everything has been going well for the past 2 years, right? Yes. So if he didn't do anything in the year of 2024, that whole year, he didn't do anything in the whole year of 2023. That means your mind is at ease. He hasn't caused you stress. You guys are making babies. So I'm assuming everything is going right? For the last 2 years. He hasn't given you a reason. The thing is, I'm saying he hasn't given you a reason to feel this way. He's coming home, he's rubbing your feet, he's saying, hey, baby, let me grab the kids. Hey, do you need anything? So I'm just saying you should be more at ease.
No, she may have another man on the side. Because there is no way, either she has never been in such a great relationship, because people who have never experienced have never experienced a good relationship, they may tend to see it as an issue because they're used to toxic relationships. They're used to, trauma bonding and chaos in relationships. So if something is good, they can't settle. They feel it's not good for them because they've never experienced it. They only know the toxicity. So it's either she's just used to toxic relationships, trauma bonding and stuff like that, or she's actually seeing another man on the side. So she's like, okay, he's a good man, but maybe she fell out of love with him and she loves a guy on the side. It sounds to me, I'm going to say more than likely she has a guy on the side. So, but there's no way any man is going to listen to this and say, so you're telling me I'm going to be a good man, take care of my family, provide, and then she's going to be saying she's not good in the relationship, even if I do everything that she wants?
If there's no issue.
Yeah, I just don't know what's wrong because I know something is wrong with me. It's not the relationship, it's not him, but it's just me because I chose to be here, right? Everything that happened, it happened, but
Damn.
I had the choice to either leave or be here. And like you said, we're still making babies together. So it's me showing commitment. It's me showing that I'm still here. I'm still want to be here. But it's just that simple things, and it can be little at the moment, but it just transforms in a big thing because he likes communication. He needs communication and he wants to talk all the time. But for me, I just
no. That's good. If a man wants to talk, that means he wants to be there. The minute they don't want to talk and have the conversation, oh babe, whatever, I gotta talk to you later. That's not a good space to be in. So that means he still cares. Of course, he loves you. He married you. He wants to work through it. So you have to communicate. Just like you're communicating with me, that's the man you married. I think he deserves that from you. If you're able to do it with me.
Yeah, at some point, and if he sees this video, at some point he's gonna be tired. Because a man can only take the nagging so many times before he gives up. He will quietly give up and then finally just check out. And then maybe even find himself a woman on the side. Because if she's saying the man has been good the whole time, at least for the last couple years, but she's the issue, that lets me know she's always nagging him. She's always trying to start a fight out of thin air. Everything is good, peaceful, but she doesn't like that it's peaceful. So she comes up with some random argument. So to me, at some point, he will give up. He will get tired of the nagging and find a new woman.
You have to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else going on that I don't know. They're also saying maybe she didn't forgive him. That's what Nikki Bay said.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe she didn't forgive him, but she likes that he provides and protects, and she went on to have 2 more extra babies with him. What does that say about her? And what does that say about him if he finds out that she was really never in love with him?
Maybe I didn't because the way I treat him at the moment, I don't even realize. But then when the moment goes away and I think about it, I'm like, yeah, why am I doing him wrong if he's not doing anything wrong? And in my head, it's like I'm treating him like he's actually doing something wrong. So maybe it's because I didn't forgive him from the things in the past.
Yeah, this is why men are giving up on dating and marriage. This right here. A good man being treated like he's done something wrong. And I just said it. That means when everything is going wrong, going right, she finds a way to make up an argument, nag him, complain about something, even when everything, in her own words, everything is fine, but she treats him bad, like he's doing something wrong. At some point, he's going to get tired. And when he gets tired, trust me, he will never want to get married again. So the whole be a good man, do this. He's a good man doing everything and she's tired of him. Which tells me, honestly, she has another man on the side.
They're also saying, is he cheating? But even if there's no proof, you probably feel that. I don't know if you feel that. You've been feeling that. Oh, I feel like not at all. Okay. So then it's
no, I don't have any. You say what?
It's a you thing then. You're saying he's doing everything right.
He's doing everything right, yes. I don't feel like he's cheating. I feel otherwise. I just feel like he's really being a good man. He's choosing to be because, that's also a choice. So he's choosing to be a good man. He does everything right in order to not make any mistake.
The one option is you forgive him. You make peace with the past, you forgive, and you decide to move on. Like you said, you're already in therapy, so you're working through whatever it is that you're feeling. But if he's doing everything right, in this moment, the last 2 years, he hasn't given you any reason that he is doing anything wrong. You guys are still making babies. He wants to communicate with you. This is what you're telling me. He wants to communicate. He wants to work it out. He wants to get to the bottom of things. He wants to make things right. Then I don't see where the issue is unless you just don't want to forgive him.
And the thing is, she's not perfect either. And like I said, ladies always run to the internet to say how bad the men are treating them, how they're doing this, but men never really come out to say their side of the story. But this is a different scenario because she's actually saying the guy is doing everything right, but she's the issue. So for me, I believe she's cheating. I believe she has another man on the side. If I was him, I would do DNA test on all the 3 kids. I'm going to be honest with you. If I was him and I saw this, I would do my DNA test on all the 3 kids they have together. Because this is scary. Because he's literally sleeping next to the enemy. For her to say he's a good man, but I treat him bad, and it's me the issue, yeah, that's scary.
Unless it's just not something you want anymore. And you're just scared to say you don't want it because you feel like he's trying and you don't want to let him go. Yes. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
You say what?
I don't. You shook your head. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm agreeing that maybe it's that because I haven't find actually reason that this is what it is, you know. Mm-hmm. So I hear you and I can validate what you're saying because I haven't really understood myself. Because yes, I am the problem, but what is the problem? Why am I the problem? That's what.
Because you're seeing another man. Maybe because you had no daddy. Maybe because you haven't gone to therapy. I don't know. Maybe because you're selfish. Maybe because you don't know what a good man is. And maybe because after actually you break up your marriage from a good man, like you say, you're going to go on to date, and you already have 3 kids, right? You're going to go on to date multiple guys, and then you will say at the end of the day, men are not good. Yet God blessed you with a good man that you ruined. You ruined your own marriage because you felt like, I don't know what, she's cheating.
What I'm trying to figure out.
Do you not like him anymore? Is that it? It's like, are you not? Don't you? You don't. Not saying you don't love him, right? We can love who we love, but you don't like him. You're like, I don't want this anymore. But look, he's coming around now. Look, he's getting it right. That's what it sounds like. In the beginning, you wanted him when he was cheating and acting a fool, honey. That's when you had all the energy. And now he's doing things right. It sounds like, what? I don't think I want it. And that's.
Yeah, man. And that's why some guys are complaining. It's like everything is fine before the marriage, but when they get married, the women switch up. So she was cooking for him, she was dressing nice, nicely made up, looking good for him. And then when they get married, she starts, doesn't care about her hair, doesn't care to cook for him, to be nice to him, because now they have, got the commitment of the marriage, whereby if there's a divorce, the guy is going to lose half of everything and then have to fight to see his own kids and have to pay child support, alimony, and spousal support. So when men see this, they're like, you know what? I'm not doing this marriage shit. So you're telling me you're going to be nice to me during the relationship phase, but as soon as you get married and you get the full commitment with the government involved, now you're switching up on me. Now I'm such a good guy. Because remember, guys, just because she doesn't like him anymore, it doesn't mean he stops paying bills. It doesn't mean he stops taking care of his kids, because otherwise she'll put him on child support and maybe even jail time. That's the thing. She can check out of the relationship, but he's still required to meet his responsibilities.
Sounds like something else. That
She's
sounds
cheating.
like you need to unpack that in therapy.
Yeah, I like you said, I love him, but
you love him, but what?
But maybe I don't like him.
That's what I said.
I just love him, but I don't like him.
What does that even mean? How can you so he's the nice guy that she settled for, but now she wants to go back to the streets with the bad boys? How can you say you love someone but you don't like them? Those are literally the same things to some extent. Honestly, they're interchangeable. If you love something, you like it. You could like something and maybe not love it, but if you love something, you definitely like it. Now, I'll give her some, benefit of a doubt because she's African, so maybe the English language and things like that. But this is crazy. This sounds to me like she's cheating and she just settled for the nice guy, had the 3 kids, got his money to provide, got someone to provide for her kids. Now she wants to go back to the streets with the bad boys.
Because even when he talks, it's like, damn, it's too much. I don't want to hear. I just don't want to deal with any problem. And for me, I just he wants to always be on the phone. He wants to always talk about things, solve things. I don't want that. I really don't. And I don't act like that with other people. It's just him. So maybe
cheating.
that's exactly what's happening. I love him, but I don't like him.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like to me. That's exactly what.
This woman needs therapy. This guy needs to go take a DNA test with his kids. Um, yeah, she's cheating. He needs to. I hope someone can send him this video because he's really, yeah, he doesn't know what he's dealing with. But first thing first, she needs to go to therapy. If not, he also needs to go take his kids for DNA testing. Because honestly, in my opinion, she's cheating. What do you guys think? I'll link down below the full video to Ashley's channel. This is crazy. This is why men are getting tired of marriage and dating. How can you be a good man? They love you, they don't like you, and you're still supposed to keep providing. Damn, we are cooked. All right, next up, shout out to 8 at the table. I'll put the full link down below. Let's get into it. The ladies want a wealthy man, but the wealthy man has so many options. Let's go.
The probability of finding a quality man, whatever your definition of quality is,
6
whatever your
figures.
attributes are, whatever your characteristics, pardon me, that you want in a quality man. What is the probability of finding them in the nigga that's up here financially, the nigga that's right here financially? Be honest.
I can give. What is the probability? Say that one more time. What is the probability?
The probability of finding a quality man, whatever your definition of quality may be. The wealthy man, because I don't even want this to always fall on money, but it fell here. The wealthy man or the average income earning man. What is the probability of finding a quality man?
The probability is 0 because let me tell you, I loved a truck driver, y'all. My ex, I loved a truck driver. To me, he had a wonderful mother, a wonderful father. I helped him to be a better dad because I'm just like, yo, you got to handle your, like, I loved this man who was a truck driver, and he was basically staying with me, and me and him just were madly in love. Why this man was doing what he was doing to me, I don't know. But
they always do that. They always say what the man did wrong. They never say what they did wrong. So she's painting the man in a bad light because obviously he's not here to defend himself. But if we put him in the corner and be like, hey, bro, tell us, what did you go through? He would probably explain all the hell, all the BS she put him through.
But at the end of the day, I thought that he was a quality man. Then we fast forward to a person where I'm just like, all right, they have their shit together. And I feel like you just can't, you're going to get the same thing on both sides.
You ain't answer my question.
Okay, I probably didn't.
Look,
No, she said 0.
Broke niggas cheat.
Yeah.
Broke niggas be fuck niggas.
And they be wanting your tax money and everything.
Let me flip that.
Okay.
See, what I'm saying is this: the richer the man, the more handsome the man, the more well put together the man may be. Will we all be in agreement that they have a ton of options?
Very true. Yeah.
Okay.
He was fine in the motherfucker.
Look, so the dude that's 6'3" with the good dick, that dresses nice, that's charismatic, articulate, got a sense of humor, got some bread. Dog, they beating this nigga's door down with a stick.
Facts.
So his option pool is limitless. The dude that just might be a handsome nigga with some good dick and he a little broke, he don't have as many options.
He be having options. Y'all don't know.
No, they got it.
Nah, they don't. The tall guys, you know, good looking, they don't have money. Yeah, they don't have options like that. They may have options in the meantime, but it's never long term. Like when a woman decides, okay, I want a man for a long term relationship, they don't go for the tall, handsome, broke guy first. They will choose a Kevin Hart, who's worth $500 million, who's short, before they go for a tall, good looking, broke guy any day of the day.
Ain't you? They be having options too.
He hangs out with this.
You was getting coochie. And was you being faithful? You exactly. You wasn't being faithful to no one coochie. And you
the scenarios, the probability to have that dude with the no money come home every day, start to be a better man in his, y'all still in y'all 20s. So the niggas out here running rampant in their 20s. It's hard to find a dude that's just going to be.
Shut your
gonna say that to Jada.
Oh, man.
No, cause she made a face.
The pool is fucked up for men and women. They got pee in the pool. I'm just saying that.
There's little turds up in there from what I hear.
I mean, men and women, because the women are worse now. It's to the point the women are really fucking the game up
Because they have a
worse.
shit ton of options from social media.
No.
Yes.
If you lived in Perth Amboy in the 90s.
We been was Instagram. Everybody was
If you lived in Perth Amboy in the 90s, it wasn't no gram. You tried to find the best girl or the best dude within a 10-mile radius of where you live.
It wasn't one.
Now, with social...
But now the ladies get, you know, all kinds of options from Dubai, from Russia, from Switzerland, from London, flying them out so that you, the guy who lives on the block, if you don't got the money, they're never going to look your way.
Media, you could meet and date a nigga in Indiana.
Let me fly you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the crazy part, because growing up back then, number one rule is you never trust the out-of-town girl. Right?
What?
The out-of-town girl was usually the hoes in that town that try to come over and play St. Mary in our town, and you bit the bait.
We dinosaurs, yo.
Oh, look at the girls. They're not saying anything. They know that's true. They do their little thing, have their fun in New York, and then they fly all the way to LA. And then they change location. And then the guy in LA thinks he just met a queen angel who has never done any wrong.
He aimed for the out of town.
Yeah.
Nah, no.
That's less stress.
I wanted to be in the suburbs so bad, dating one of them girls.
I was a suburb girl. They love me in the hood.
We learned from y'all mistake. We like, oh, bro, this one is really a thought, but we didn't know because we didn't know we had no history on her. So now it's still the same way, except for now instead of driving down the street, they taking a plane over to the next state, and they're pretending to be that there's something that they're not. And you got guys doing it, you got girls doing it, and then next thing you know, nobody knows anybody. Nobody knows anything about where they really come from, how they really were. Nobody knows about their real family background.
Because you don't like to talk to girls.
Exactly.
I'm not their therapist, though.
Facts.
I ain't their therapist, though.
Yeah, man. Sometimes the ladies want to talk your ear off. It's like, okay, I hear you. You and your homegirls went out on a girls trip in Cancun and, you know, did couple shots, and then you went and played in the water. Okay, what else? You know, what else? They want you to text them every day in the morning, break time, lunch time, you know, night, phone call, FaceTime for 2 hours. It's like, and then do it every single day. It's going to get boring and tiresome.
You don't know. Why you don't know?
Because they lie anyways. But
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Rico. And I know you're saying that people don't know each other. I just want to point this out. And I think this came up last week with old girl and like the why did I get married situation, whatever, or who did I marry? I just want to let everybody out here know this is a cheat code. If you are going to involve yourself with somebody, do a background check. It is not that hard. It's literally like
a real one.
Yes.
But that shit be skewed too.
No, I'm talking about a real background check. You can see
like their finances and their history, like
criminal history.
Don't do a background check on me.
Relax. With they old.
I'm not who I was.
Who they've been married.
Why are you giving
like literally you can this is literally how I like vet my tenants. So
I think that's dope. I mean, but that's a real reason to give somebody a background check, though.
Yeah, but for a relationship, so what? Every man you're gonna date with, you do a background check. Now, I understand if you're getting to a serious relationship, or you know, moving in together, getting married. Yeah, then a background check is maybe warranted.
Thank you.
So let me ask you a question, right? If we let's just say hypothetically, we're gonna create a scenario. Let's say, God forbid, your husband was beaten, right? And you stabbed him and you killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Now somebody, fast forward, goes, you looking for an apartment, and they run this shit on you. You got a manslaughter charge. That is a skewed thing because that record don't speak to who you are or speak to your circumstance.
But if you really want to know why there's a manslaughter charge,
she got manslaughter. She can't rent from me. I ain't gonna necessarily go read the 40-page court document.
Well, somebody really not gonna mention the fact that they got a manslaughter
but she's talking
charge,
about
though.
doing a background check, so that's not going to avoid. Yeah.
And I ain't gonna go read the 80-page.
But see, I am.
No,
she's a lawyer.
I want my apartment. I'm going to the next one.
The easiest one.
No, this is all I'm saying. You're saying that's skewed First of all, I think that is like an anomaly. Most people not running around here. Raise your hand if you got a manslaughter charge. Anybody in here? It's 10 people in here.
I've been manslaughter and the bullshit.
Yeah. that is a one-off.
Like that.
But what I'm
Right.
saying is that if you don't want to fall into the water with the piss and the turds in it, spend the $10, $20 and get a background check on them. Go get you a friend that's a lawyer, a little law school friend or somebody. Got to be a law school in y'all town. Ask them to run it on their LexisNexis. It's free, and they get the version that has all the bells and whistles for free. Get them $10, and then they can do the background check. I promise you.
If you're in law school,
listen, I have a friend right now. She does not go out on a date with somebody unless she like looks into them first. And she said,
I mean, I could see how the lady could use that for their own safety. But I also, if you're going to, that's why it's important to go to a public place on a first date. Public place, the cameras there, maybe you don't go back to each other's houses if you don't feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable, then you can do a background check, whatever it is. But I could see why people could do that these days. But anyway, shout out to 8 at the table. I'll link down below the full video. I really just wanted to react to the first part where, very few wealthy men are going to be faithful. But most women want those guys. They don't want the broke guys who are going to be loyal. All right. Next, man, we have this lady. She tried to ruin a man's life. She lied on his name, called the cops. But there is more. It turns around and works out in the favor of the man. All right, let's go.
I had called about my but when I had been asking about it, you wouldn't address my. I'm sorry. Can I just finish, please?
Yeah. So just give me a second, because yesterday I spoke to you and I asked you to come here so we could speak a little bit more and I could explain that, and then you just stopped answering.
No, I said I'm gonna come by the department, and you said you're gonna wait at my house. But that's why I was just like, I didn't do anything. But it's like I was trying to it's just a lot, and it's overwhelming. And I was like, I didn't want to get in trouble with you guys. So I just
On June 26, 2024, an officer responded to a hospital after a caller reported a domestic dispute. The caller provided details of the incident to the officer and requested the officer to come to the hospital to assess the situation.
Hi, Mom. Mom, the police just got here. I just have you on speaker. Okay, I'm just gonna talk to them now. Hi, sorry about that. So my boyfriend broke up with me.
Can you just lower that so
I don't have to hear it? Sorry. My boyfriend broke up with me yesterday, and okay, fine. I come back today, and he's in my house, and so I asked him to leave. He starts getting in my face, talking about, he's a grown man, and I need to listen to him. And then he starts trying to physically restrain me when I went to leave, and so finally I just broke free, and I kept telling him, you have to leave. And so then he stole my phone, my brand new iPhone 15, and I was upset, and I went to leave, and basically the altercation just kept continuing to the point where...
Okay, so pause. How did he take your phone?
My phone was on my bed.
Okay, so it wasn't in your hand. Okay, he took it off the counter.
He just took it off my bed, and when I asked him to give my phone back, he just wouldn't give me my phone back.
Okay.
So at that point, I kept telling him, you have to leave. Give me my phone. I just want my stuff. Take your stuff. I want my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, I'm outside, and I'm frustrated, and I'm getting ready to leave. And he's trying to take my keys from me. He's trying to take my other phone. I went to call 911 on my other phone, and he threw my phone. Slapped it away from my hand. No, this is my mom's phone. Okay. So I didn't have any way to contact the police.
Okay.
And then he starts taking me and physically grabbing me and throwing me down on the street and slapping me and different things like that, and just assaulting me and flipping me upside down and stuff like that.
Did he punch you?
He slapped me. He definitely kept trying to slap me in the face. He slapped me in the face.
Okay.
He kept running to catch me. My roommate had to keep getting in between us because he kept trying to and I don't know if my roommate was to get involved, but he kept trying to physically punch me and chase me.
Pause?
Because he's a man that will side with a man. That's why I was very nervous to even call the police, because I was nervous that I was going to get in trouble, even though I know I didn't do anything. I don't have my phones. So I came here because my location picked it up here. I took my car because
This case is highly complicated. The woman revealed that after her breakup, her boyfriend stole her iPhone 15 and mistreated her. An exchange of arguments also took place between them. But the question arises, was the woman providing the officer with accurate information, or was she trying to present herself as a victim?
he went here and he had my phone, and my mom, like, I have my mom's phone and it shows my phone's location being here. And when I asked him, he said that he threw my phone away in one of the trash cans.
So he ended up coming here.
Yes, he came here because he kept fighting me. Like, he kept fighting me and, like, chasing me. And finally, I said, get off of me.
Well, he didn't fight you in the hospital.
No, he fought me there. Like, he fought me at my apartment.
Did he come here, or did you come here with him?
Wait, is he in the hospital? If he's in the hospital, sounds like she actually beat his ass, which means she's lying. All right.
He came here by himself.
And you were already here?
No, he came here by himself. And I was leaving the situation alone. But I kept looking for my phone. I kept
confused. Why did he show up at the hospital?
Because
she beat him.
When he kept fighting me, I finally swung and I hit him back. And I busted his lip. I finally busted his lip. And so he then was like, I'm bleeding. And it's like, you've been throwing me around in the street. I went and ran to a neighbor's house for help because I didn't have a phone to call the police. I kept trying to walk away. He kept shoving me down the street.
Okay, so did you know he came here?
So eventually I found out that he came here because my phone tracks to this location.
Yeah, that's very toxic. Like, I don't know, some guys share their locations with their women, but like that's too invasive. Like the privacy. Like, if you don't trust me, and I get when parents want, their kids' locations, but partners sharing the locations, I don't know. For me, I don't know that if that would work for me. That's too insecure for me.
Okay.
Wait, he has my phone because they.
All right, can we just focus on one thing?
I'm sorry, I'm just seeing because I've been here searching in the trash.
That's fine. Let's just stick to one thing at a time.
So he stole my phone and brought it here. Okay. I saw the location and he told me that he threw my phone away in the trash can. Here.
Okay, so then you came here. Did you get medically checked out? No. Okay, when did you get here?
I got here at 3 a.m. maybe.
So you've been sitting here since 3 a.m.?
I've been digging in the trash for hours. The maintenance people came to help me. Mom, it has my location picking up in the Winn-Dixie. He has my phone.
How do you have your mom's phone?
Because I had to call my mom. I didn't have
so your mom came here?
No, my mom came to my apartment. I didn't have anybody to call. And when I saw it was here, I came here. I don't have.
Yeah, but how did you call your mom if you didn't have a phone? Unless you're saying you used the neighbor's phone, but you haven't mentioned that.
But I just have his work address.
Why don't you know where your boyfriend is?
Because he just moved down here. We're trying to get an apartment.
What?
He stays with the family.
Where is that? You should know where he stays if he's your boyfriend.
Yes.
We've been dating a month now. I just know his work address.
When does he work?
He's at work now.
He's at work now?
Yes.
The woman was getting caught up in her own arguments. She kept making up so many lies that it was hard to believe anything she said. Her statements did not provide clear information, but they complicated the investigation.
How'd you meet him?
At the Planet Fitness.
What kind of car does he drive?
He doesn't drive.
So how does he get to work?
He Ubers or takes him on walks.
You said you have a roommate that saw this whole thing, correct?
Yes, but I don't think that my roommate wants to be involved. But
well, I'm gonna try to talk to him.
Like, he's just being biased in the situation. Like, honestly, if we can just not have police bother my roommate, like,
well, that's not how.
No, I'm saying his landlord's already given him issues. So do I have to give you that information? Because my mom was there and my dad were there. I'd rather give you their information.
So your parents were there, watched you get thrown on the floor, and they didn't call 911?
I just meant the aftermath. But
Oh my gosh, she's a liar. I can already tell. And guys, I haven't even watched this video.
okay. It's not on this phone. I don't have it.
Okay. What time did this happen?
It's been happening since 1 in the morning.
And then till 3.
So right now.
Is it still live where your phone is?
What is it? Yeah, exactly.
And it's still at his job?
Yeah. You see, there's the wind. You see right there.
And that's where the gym is?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Do you have a case or anything on it?
No, it's pink. The iPhone 15.
It's pink?
Yeah. And my lock screen is like women working out on it.
Does he have your password?
No. He went out the other day, and I said, "Go have fun."
Yeah.
And like, he went out with a girl, and then I went to the gym, and I brought my guy friend, my workout buddy, and he's just been upset since and broke up with me.
And then randomly at 1 a.m. this morning,
I came home. My roommate said that he wanted to talk to me. I said, "Why is he here?" Like, I asked, confused, because it's like.
So you haven't seen him since the other day?
No, when he broke up with me, he broke up with me. What day was that, Mom? Monday? Sunday? What day did we break up? Monday? So yesterday. And then he said, "See you never." Like, got all his stuff. So I didn't expect to see him again.
3-2, probably switching back. Okay.
Except he
when
said,
was that?
"Oh, he left something."
What
Today. Monday.
Okay.
Monday, he said he left something. So I told my roommate, just drop it off. He told my roommate he wants to talk to me. So my roommate, said, "Okay, fine."
Okay.
I went there. He said no. So then I said, "Well, why are you here? You need to leave."
And this happened at 1 a.m.?
At that point, it was like 11:30.
And then what time did he leave?
This investigation was becoming even more complicated. The woman claimed that her boyfriend tried to assault her in the presence of her parents and mistreated her. However, how much truth was in her statement, or was she lying? Let's find out.
He finally left around 3 a.m. to come here.
So he was not throwing you on the ground for 4 hours.
He was physically restraining me. He was not letting me leave. He was throwing me on the ground.
Okay, but when did it get physical?
It got physical around midnight. It was very quick.
For 3 hours. It's not quick.
Yes. No, I'm saying it escalated very quickly, that he would not let me leave. He physically restrained me. When I went to leave, he started throwing me around in the backyard, which my roommate saw. My roommate had to get him off of me. And then finally, I said, "You need to leave." And so he came back, and I said, "I just want my phone." And finally, he started just saying he's going to fight me. And so he started fighting me in the street. And I kept walking, like I was in my car. I was away from him. And at one point, he just kept trying to assault me and just said, "Let's fight." And I just figured, like, I don't know what else to do. So he grabbed my keys. When I tried to call the police, he took my phone and threw it away. And then he kept shoving me down the road and throwing me in the road. I went to a neighbor's house to call for help, but I didn't want to bother anybody.
So you didn't go to the neighbor's house?
I was on their porch, like, just standing there.
So why didn't you knock on the neighbors so you can get help? Yeah, the story sounds very fishy. But as always, we need to hear the guy's side of the story.
And my roommate was he was down the block, seeing him throw me around.
Did you get in a car? Because I thought you said you got here at 3 a.m.
Yes, I left because I saw police. I did not want to stay.
Okay, but obviously.
But if you saw police and you were being assaulted, why didn't you talk to the police? That doesn't make sense. If a man was beating your ass and you tried to call the police, but he took your phone, but then you saw the police come, so why didn't you talk to the police?
He didn't leave at 3 a.m. if you were here at 3 a.m. So what time did he leave? Because that doesn't make sense. You can't be at two places at the same time.
Mom, when did he come here?
Now she has to ask her mom.
Was your mother at your house when he was there?
Yes, was David here? No.
So what time did your mother get to your house?
I'm trying to see. Mom, when did you get here?
All right, what happened?
So my girlfriend took my bag, right?
Okay.
So next thing you know, she goes outside, right?
Now, were you there at the apartment, or did you show up?
I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there. She decided to take my bag, go to the car. Next thing you know, I'm right behind her, close the door.
What happened after that?
So next thing you know.
Because she obviously called us, so I'm trying to get your side.
Okay.
So just give me as much detail as you can.
Yeah, so next thing you know,
The girl left no chance to portray her boyfriend in a bad light in front of the officers.
Yep.
She kept emphasizing the same points, that he fought with her, tried to assault her, and much more. Meanwhile, the officers met the man to complete the investigation calmly and orderly.
I'm like, all right, door just closed on my face. Let me chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to get mad.
Yeah.
But, you know, next thing you know, we arguing back and forth because we just broke up.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
So she's upset at me because I was over there. And she was
Hanging out with another girl or something like that.
nearly another guy.
Okay.
But she just didn't want me there.
Okay.
So she's like, all right, you got to go because that's her roommate. I'm like,
Yep.
all right. But, like, my thing with her was, like, it was the way she was talking to me. So we was just going back and forth. And then people seemed to, like, kind of, like, yelling in the street. So that's when the cops came to us. Yeah.
So the cops came last night?
Yeah.
You guys spoke to the cops last night?
Yeah.
What time did this happen last night?
11-ish.
So when did it get physical?
We never got physical.
All right, so
Obviously.
I didn't hit her. No.
All right, so listen, I'm going to tell you what I know.
Okay.
She admitted things got physical.
Okay.
She admitted that she punched you in the face,
Mhm.
and that's why you have the stitches. I
Mhm.
spoke to your roommate. He told me what he saw, so I need you to be completely honest.
Okay.
Because I
It's
know
gonna be in
something
your
got
best
physical.
interest.
Tell me, like, it's going to be in your best interest to tell me what happened.
Mhm.
So I would advise you to just do that.
She ain't get physical with me. I'm gonna tell y'all that. She know better.
This is what men do. Men never want to speak up. You know, because clearly she admitted she punched him in the face, but he is saying she didn't do any of that. Men never speak up. But on her side, she admitted she punched him, and she's also saying he was fighting her. He doesn't even know she already threw him under the bus and trying to get him to go to prison. Man, as in us men, we need to do better. Like, times have changed. He doesn't know his whole life could change right now just from what the woman his girlfriend was saying about him. She painted him as a monster, but he's over here trying not to snitch.
So how did you get the mark on your face? Because I'm telling you right now, if you don't tell me what happened, that the only things I can go based off of is her statement.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to get your side, because obviously something got physical. I could see it, and that's why I want your
It's
side.
going to be in your best interest to just tell us the truth.
Because then I can only go based off her statement.
Listen. I'm being honest. You're not in trouble right now.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
But if you don't tell us what happened or how this happened or whatever, things can change differently. So we need cooperation from you so that we can figure it out. Because right now we have a witness and we have her statement. I can't obviously tell you if it's in favor of you or her, what the witness stated, because I need to hear what you have to say, and she needs to hear what you have to say. So I'm not going to tell you what the witness said, and I'm not going to tell you who the witness is.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that we have a witness who said that they saw the whole entire thing. And all we just need right now is you to be honest. As of right now, you're not in trouble. Okay?
The officers began gathering information from the man and told him they needed a definitive answer. However, if he refused to provide any information, they would verify the woman's statement and proceed with the investigation.
He doesn't want to
based on
snitch.
I'm not playing any tricks. I'm not
He
getting
doesn't
you
wanna
to say
snitch.
stuff because I want you to get in trouble. I'm just trying to.
And this is what something men do all the time. They don't want to snitch on their women. Meanwhile, the whole time, the woman is trying to get him into jail because he wants to be a strong man. He doesn't want to look weak. He doesn't want to be a snitch. Yet she's trying to get him locked up. Damn.
Tell you that it's within your best interest to tell us everything, because right now the woman at the hospital is trying to get you in trouble. Okay? Just so your girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
That's what I'm saying. You need to tell me. Obviously, I know things got physical. That's why I need you to tell me what happened.
Well,
I understand you don't want to get anybody in trouble, but we're here and
yeah, I don't. But I mean, like, the thing is with her, she came up to me, right?
Yeah.
outside.
Inside.
Inside.
So this was the first instance. But like, I told her, you know what I'm saying, don't test me because you don't come up to a man thinking you can take him. And I told her that, plain and simple. So she's still screaming, yelling in my face. And I'm telling her roommate, like, bro, like, You gonna help? You just sitting there watching.
So she has a male roommate? That's crazy. And you're dating her? Damn.
So next thing you know, we going back and forth. I keep telling her, don't test me, don't test me. Next thing you know, she pushed me. So now I'm holding her arms. She kind of put my hands on her, but she was like, don't restrain me. I'm like, you put your hands on me first.
I got you.
So now I gotta hold you like this.
Do you remember where on her arms you held her?
Literally, like, probably by her elbows or something, by her biceps. Yeah. But like, I'm not gonna let you hit me, and then if I hit you, I know my strength. So you're probably gonna end up in the hospital. So, you know what I'm saying? Like with her, that's it. That's it.
So how did you get the mark on your face?
Came from my altercation.
From what altercation?
Our altercation. Us getting into it.
So she pushed you. How did she cause that? Just from pushing?
No, she ain't caused that from pushing. That came from the door. She never hit me.
So she pushed you from behind into the door?
No, she pushed me in my chest.
Okay, so how?
Running to the door because she had my bag. Going after her, and then she know the door closed. Boom.
So I'm just going to take a picture of it.
Okay.
How many stitches did you get?
I think like 2.
2? Do you want to just like kneel down a little bit?
Sure. I mean, I don't know now.
Here.
Can you take it?
Can you get it?
I got you.
What time did it?
Was at the hospital. That's why I was told my phone was like. So why I said I just want to get my phone. Like,
okay, because I know there was a call at the hospital the other day, but it wasn't classified. When dispatch gave it to us, it wasn't classified as like a theft or whatever. It was domestic related.
The man's information revealed many hidden truths, and his statements helped the officers realize that the woman had been consistently lying to them. However, why was the woman doing this? Did she want her boyfriend to suffer for the breakup, or was there another reason for her actions?
I can guarantee you she wanted to punish him. Because remember at the beginning of the video, she said he broke up with her. And very few men break up with women. Usually it's the woman who breaks up with the guy. So she didn't take rejection very well.
Let us know in the comments section.
And like I said, any other case, you the victim or whatever, you can say, I don't want you to do anything, go pound sand. But domestic cases, because of all the things that's happened in the past, I have to investigate.
because even when I had said, oh, my phone is at this location, like it was then that they went to go look for it. And so it's like, I had gotten my phone and I'm like, okay, I have my phone. Like, you know, why am I being told I need to like sign paperwork or things like that?
So I'm the officer that spoke to you yesterday. So with your phone, I went and spoke to him. He bought that phone. So that part of your complaint, that's going to be civil. But it wasn't domestic because you told me that you guys got into a physical altercation. You were thrown on the floor by your boyfriend. So
I called about my phone. Like, but when I had been asking you about it, you wouldn't address my.
So
I'm sorry. Can I just finish, please?
Yeah. So just give me a second because yesterday I spoke to you and I asked you to come here so we could speak a little bit more and I could explain that. And then you just stopped answering.
No, I said I'm gonna come by the department, and you said you're gonna wait at my house. I already.
So when I called you the first time, you said you were on your way home. So that's why I went to your house to talk to you.
I had responded to you, and I said I can't do it today. I will come by the department, and that's why I came by the department.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Just you were dispatched to a theft or a domestic?
To a 31.
Okay.
Yep.
Just so you know, 31 is
a assault.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. When I had called, it was specifically just about my phone. So when I had been talking to you, the questions that you were asking me, I was like, no, but I want to talk about my phone. And I had been asking, and you kept not letting me
So
talk.
when you called
Like,
dispatch,
right now,
you said that your boyfriend hit you and took your phone. So you told dispatch both. It's all recorded, so that's fine.
I said I want my phone is all I said about it. Like I'm trying to make it clear because it's like the questions that you're asking me, maybe it's your department or whatever, but I had said I'm here trying to find my phone. I please need help with my phone. That was the whole point of all of this. So that's why I'm confused about if I kept trying to ask you questions and say, hey, but what about this? And you wouldn't answer them. You'd say, no. What's your roommate's name? Like it was an interrogation at that point that I'm confused about.
Can I butt in? Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you call 911, that's on recorded. Okay. When you make certain statements to those 911 dispatchers, her being a former 911 dispatcher, they put all those, what you say, they put in the call.
Sensing danger, the woman immediately changed her statement and started arguing about something else, like a child. However, the officers already knew the truth and silently listened to her foolish claims.
I answered the question. Right, but let me finish. So when you say certain things, they label that call as such. And so with what you said to dispatch yesterday, it came out as domestic related battery. Okay. So what Sarge was trying to say before everybody came up, that's why she was saying they were sorry, but investigating a battery comes top tier of your phone at that point. Okay. We have to make sure that you're safe or the other party is safe.
And when I kept addressing,
Man, first of all, shout out to the ladies, the police officers carrying out this investigation. You know, because we usually say, oh, they never take the man's side of the story, but to see the ladies questioning the woman, trying to find out that she's actually trying to lie on a man and accuse him falsely, man, shout out to these female cops. Shout out to them. I like this.
to say I don't want to press charges. She said I need to sign this paper.
Well, unfortunately, in the state of Florida, when it is domestic related, you don't have a choice at that moment on our end whether you want to press charges or not. We still do an investigation, and at that point, if we find probable cause, we will make an arrest. And then follow up with the state attorneys and the court proceedings. They will reach out to the victim, and they would be like, do you want to go forward with these charges? And then at that point, you could say, hey, or the other victim can say, hey, no, I don't want to press charges. We're working things out this way. That's how it works in the state of Florida when it becomes domestic related. So unfortunately, your phone is not top priority for us at that moment. We have paperwork, we have investigating to do. That's why we go to your house. That's why we go to the job. And I know, unfortunately, not everybody wants to be outside of my job with a bunch of cops, and I get that, but we have to do it. If not, we could lose our jobs, and nobody wants to lose their job. You know what I mean?
And I understand that this is just the state of Florida, but coming from me, of somebody okay, the call is misaddressed. I'm just answering questions. Mm-hmm. So, okay, they're asking questions, I answer them. I'm here because I've been, I've had a theft, and then now it's a cross here that are happening, and it's not and now I'm being told it's out of my hands of why did I call for help if now I'm being told I don't have any rights, whatever is just going to happen. So that's where the confusion happened. But I did it was just a lot. And even it was my brother's birthday yesterday. I didn't want to sit here, okay, now I have to do all these things. I had to take care of stuff, and I just wanted to be able to just let me sit down and talk about it.
I hear you.
Please, sir, don't waste time on this woman. She is solely responsible for all the mess and is just trying to teach her boyfriend a lesson. So she is only pretending to be a victim.
Yeah, that's because he broke up with her. But if I was this guy, I would personally go thank those police officers, first of all, for helping him know that she was actually making false accusations against him, and they gave him a chance to tell the real side of the story because he didn't want to snitch on her and get her in trouble. And secondly, shout out to the police officers, man. They did a good job, because if they just decided to arrest the guy without hearing his side of the story, or even give him an opportunity to tell the real side of the story instead of covering up for her, that would have been bad for him.
Just arrest her.
It's just it's time pressing for us, especially so our rotation's kind of a little bit nuts. We only work 2 days this week, and if we don't get certain paperwork turned in and we don't get our reports finished, which she needed to get some information, she needed to get some paperwork from you in order to get that done.
So that's why I was just I didn't do anything.
Crocodile tears, here we go.
It wasn't I was trying to it's just a lie, and it's overwhelming. I didn't want to get in trouble with you guys. I just wanted to.
Well, and that's another reason why, with the whole phone situation, that's another reason why you need to get in.
Because I'm just saying.
Crocodile tears.
Okay, well, I'll meet you when you get here. You can just let them know when you get here. Get in contact with me, okay? All right.
Crocodile tears. Now she's playing victim.
So anyone, I thought Florida was staying around. No, anybody can go and beat you up, and whatever can happen. It's cool.
All right. I turned it off completely. Okay.
Ooh, being arrested for trying to lie on a man.
Yeah, take that off. Do you have any other jewelry?
Actually, I think she's being arrested for actually hitting the guy. You know, because he had to go to the hospital with his stitches.
Gotta grab one.
Where did can you get a jail bag and receipt? Thank you so much.
Chris, I don't know where I would be without you. You get to sit?
This could have been the guy had he not told the cops the real truth.
After intense arguments and debate, it was clear that the woman had fallen into her own trap. The officer took her into custody and placed her in the jail van to be sent to the police station. The woman was charged with battery. If you enjoyed the video, let us know in the comments section.
Yeah, man, she lied on a man, but instead she's the one who actually attacked the man. What do you guys think about that? All right, so let's go into Kendra G's show. Single mom of 3 says she wants a rich man. She wants to travel, nice things. You better be able to afford her. Let's go.
We got Key, Detroit, 33, Virgo, works as a leasing specialist, mom to 3 kids by 2 men. I'm never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I just want him to be able to afford me. I don't want to say like I am like bougie or high priced or anything, but I like nice things, so I want him to be able to afford nice things. I don't have a cap on what he should be making yearly or anything like that, but enough to afford us and it not be a issue.
So let's think, okay, so that's fair. You don't have a dollar amount, but you said afford you. So what are some of the things you like to buy that you would want him to be able to buy for you?
I really like traveling. I'm not into like all the designer this and that because everything go in and out of style as quick as you can grab it. So,
is that a new thing these days, ladies? Every lady wants to travel these days. I told you guys I'm about to open a traveling agency because for some reason they have money to travel 2, 3, 4 times a year. And remember, on average, one trip is going to cost you maybe $3,000 on the low end.
Like, I'm more of a traveler and a foodie. So, like, I will spend whatever amount to go anywhere and whatever amount if the food is good. So
when you travel, is the expectation he's paying for himself or for you and himself?
For both of them.
For us both.
Okay.
Told you guys, when a woman says, I like to travel, when they ask her what you like to do, things like that, and the first thing she says, I like to travel, it means the new guy. Right now, she's paying for her own travel trips, but when you guys get in a relationship, she's expecting you to be the one to pay for the travel trips, even if you don't like to travel. So if she's paying $3,000 for every travel trip she makes, both of you, it's going to cost you $6,000. But because she's, you are paying, it's probably going to go upwards to $8,000 because when it's not them paying, they just buy whatever. They don't care. Remember, you have to get a very nice place. You have to do fun things like, so she's a mom of 3. Sometimes she's going to have to travel with her kids. So any stepfathers who have the money, there you go.
And how often do you want to travel?
With my job, it's kind of, I want to say about every 3 months or so.
Wow.
Every 3 months. And how much do you typically spend when you travel?
It depends on where I go, but at a minimum, like if I'm staying there for a week, anywhere from like 2,000 and up.
Okay. So, I mean, y'all would stay in the same room. So let's just say 3,000 because y'all can at least share the room, but then you can have flights and food. So every 3 months, so 4 times a year, you want to travel, and let's just round it to 3,500. So he needs to have an extra 3,500 4 times a year for travel.
Yes.
Okay.
No, he needs to have $6,000. Because if he's the kind of guy who has not been traveling, now he has to pay for himself and her. And remember, she has 3 kids. So maybe they have to pay for a babysitter if the kids are not coming with them.
Okay. So outside of everything else, have an extra $3,500 a year. No, 3,500 times 4. Let's do the math. We have to have a math class, and that's just for travel. You got to do dinner dates and all those things too, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Do you want gifts too?
Overwhelmed.
Okay, so travel alone, you got to have an extra $14,000 a year to travel.
Damn.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Okay,
that sounds fair. Like spending $14,000 on just traveling every year sounds fair, and that's for one person, because that's what Kendra did. Kendra did 3,500 times 4. She's assuming the guy is not coming with her, but the guy is going with her. So if she did 6,000 or 7,000 times 4, that's $28,000 a year just for them to travel, because she's the prize.
Sounds fair. And then that's just travel. That's not dinner dates. That's not like,
I'm not stingy. I'm not cheap. I give what I receive. But I'm not giving first, because I have been through that, and I have been used, and I have been abused for that. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm not doing it.
Okay. So if a man doesn't have an extreme, if a man can't afford to spend $14,000 a year on travel, should he not reach out?
No.
Hello? Girl, he gotta get you a phone first.
Yeah, before you travel, you may need some new internet, lady. Instead of wasting money on travel, pay for the internet.
Baby girl. Hello?
Okay, somebody was calling me. I'm sorry.
Somebody was calling you. Okay. All right, back to the question. So if a man can't afford to spend $14K a year on trips.
You rounded that up to $14K. I said.
Well, you said, here's the deal. You said 4 times, you said every 3 months. So there's 12 months out the year. That's 4 times a year.
Right.
You said you spend about $2,000 on yourself. So then, okay, it could be $3K. But if you want him to pay for the whole trip, now the hotel y'all would share. But if you went to a resort, so I rounded up to $3,500 because you said you would want to go on a weekend because you got to pay for the trip and you might buy stuff. So maybe it could be $3,000. Okay, so maybe $10,000. Does that sound?
Okay.
We'll go with 10. I'll lower it. So if a man doesn't have $10,000 extra in a year spent to go on travel, should he not reach out?
I wouldn't say that. No. He can still reach out, because listen, I'm the type of person. Okay, well, the type of man that I'm looking for, I really would like him to be an entrepreneur. So somewhere where I can help him get more money, because I'm always looking to add. I'm not just always take. So if you're have your own business and you don't have good marketing skills, or you don't have as many clients as you could, I can help in those areas. So
how are you gonna help him? You have 3 kids to take care of. She's speaking like a single lady with no kids or no job, nothing going on, that she's just gonna find a random man and help him with his business. Guys, we are cooked. Dating is cooked. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. This is sad.
I'm just not taking. I don't want to get on here sounding like I'm just in for the taking, because I'm not. So
okay. So money matters, but you're willing to work with him.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. Let's keep going. Key, here we are, Detroit. All right. So did you have any deal breakers?
No more than 3 kids, because I have 3 and I just can't deal with.
Someone told me to ask you this question. I missed this. They said when you travel, are the kids traveling with you guys?
No, I have to be with a guy for some time for me to just bring my kids in that type of space. So no, not off bail.
When that would happen, is the expectation that he pays for you and the kids, or would you chip in?
No, then we could do it like a half and half type thing.
Got you. Okay.
She's never gonna go half and half with you. You're the man. She wants a provider. She's never gonna go half and half with you. She may do half and half in the beginning to bring you in, but after some time, you best believe you have to pay. It's just the facts, guys. So unless, first of all, you have to be willing to be a stepfather. Secondly, you have to be a guy who loves to travel. Third, you have to actually have the money to spend on yourself and to someone else. And then fifth, you have to actually be the kind of guy who's ready to pay for yourself, pay for her, and pay for the kids, either for the babysitter or for the kids to join you guys on the travel 4 times a year.
What are your deal breakers?
No more than 3 kids. Not a. I don't want to say no. Yeah, I don't want no street guy. I don't want a guy with 2. He can have 2 child's mothers. No more than that. I'm trying to think of something else. Somebody who I can learn from, financially, because I am a spender. Like, I will spend like nobody's business. I'm working on that, but I need a little bit more. A guy who is structured. So if you don't have any structure, I can't do nothing with that because we'll be all over the place. So, I don't know. I can't think off my head deal breakers, but of course, not a liar. Of course, you have to have your hygiene together. Of course, you have to have a bare minimum, your house, your car. And I can't think of anything else.
Okay, that's okay. We'll keep it going. I do want to respond to something because I should have got the name. Someone said, "Don't worry, girl. Kendra wouldn't do that too." When it was talking about the travel, y'all don't know what I would do. First of all, this is about you. But in Kendra's own personal world, I don't have a travel requirement because I travel very expensive. So I'm not going to put that bill on nobody. So actually, I would not have a traveling. I do not have a traveling requirement because I just know how I would like to travel. And I just think if I told the person what it was, it would be ridiculous. So I'm just going to do how I want to do it. But no, that's not true. That is not true. That is not true. I would not have a travel requirement. I don't have a travel requirement. But
I mean, I kind of agree with Kendra. If travel is a big issue for you as a woman and it's something you like to do, it shouldn't be a requirement that you place on the man who wants to be in a relationship with you. Okay, you want to travel, it's time for you to travel, sure, go do your thing, maybe go with your homegirls. I'm not the kind of guy who likes to travel. Go spend your money. When you come back, we can get back together, we can go celebrate your travel and coming back safely, and we continue where we left off, rather than requiring the guy who's coming to your life to start paying for your travel trips as you post on social media, but not even include him. Damn.
Back to you, Key. All right. Should he look a certain way?
I just want him to be my height or taller. I'm 5'7", so he has to be my height or taller. Black. Weight don't matter. I just don't want him like extremely big. I don't want to be like discriminative, but I don't have problems with guys with, I call it a baller belly. I don't mind that. So as long as it's not, if it's intact, not sloppy, we good.
She doesn't look small.
As long as he's not sloppy.
Yeah.
Okay. We already got to the money, so we can skip that. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Yeah, let's see, because she doesn't look small.
I'm at work. I gotta get out the car and stand out in the parking lot. Oh my god.
Okay. She said she doesn't want big guys, but she doesn't look small.
Guys.
Oh, she ran off.
She ran off.
She ran off.
Oh, did she get disconnected? Oh, she's back. Girl. Okay. I like y'all be at work. I like the daytime shows because y'all be dressed for the day.
I knew she wasn't small. So for her to reject big guys, that's crazy. All right, man. Shout out to Kendra. Full link down below. But this is crazy, man. It's tough out here in the dating streets. They want you to pay for their travel trips and everything else. What do you guys think about that? Crazy dating. Maybe some of you guys want to take up the deal. not a bad-looking woman, but she says she doesn't want big, sloppy men. And you better be able to pay for her travel trips. So some of you guys may not qualify. I surely don't qualify. All right. Till next time. Peace.